And so in this episode of Giant TV, I'm going to show you how to elevate your LinkedIn profile and to add all the bells and whistles that LinkedIn wants you to put on your profile. They're really cool. Let's go check it out. Okay, hello, this is Paul. Thanks for jumping on. We got some good people showing up here. I just want to jump into this, respect everybody's time. And so I'm going to be talking about your LinkedIn profile makeover and why it's important and what it's all about. I'm going to share my screen and show you, my LinkedIn and go through it that way because I think it really helps to actually see what I'm talking about. But let's get into this. And your LinkedIn profile makeover in a large sense is connected to your personal brand. It all starts with your personal brand. And all of us have an incredible opportunity to elevate our personal brand. And what is your personal brand? And it's how you're showing up, wherever you're showing up. Certainly we're focusing on LinkedIn today, but wherever it is, email, you have virtual events going on, you're messaging people, you want your brand to be elevated, consistent, and have a familiar look to your brand wherever you're showing up. And so your brand is your story. Is you have an opportunity to develop your value proposition, what you do, who you do it for, why you're different than your competitor, and to tell your story. What is your background that can be front and center, and how can you guide and teach and help and offer solutions to your network, your audience, your prospects. So this is where you get into personal branding. And personal branding is about the colors and the fonts that represent you. It really does matter. Those things are tied to emotions and how people perceive you. As an example, I'm building out one of my businesses is a law firm, and we use a lot of serious colors there because it's serious subjects we're talking about: asset protection, estate planning. The media company is more lighthearted colors and fonts because it's wants to be more fun and exciting. So just as an example, these things matter, but it's telling your story and having people identify with you, your story, your brand, who you are as a human being. And so these are all important aspects of developing your personal brand. And your personal brand, as you elevate this, I always love to say that it's really the seedling that grows the rest of your marketing. Because when you start thinking about your personal brand, you start thinking about your value proposition, how you help people, the differentiators in what you do. And when you get into that, then it really expands your mind and into your bigger marketing process and how you market yourself. And I'll tell you that with a lot of solopreneurs, who I work with, coaches and others, a lot of them don't do any marketing, or when they do marketing, they do it wrong. And so you can't not do marketing. And so when you elevate your brand and get into all the areas of what makes you different, and you start thinking about marketing, this is an important piece of the long game of branding yourself, getting in front of prospects, creating knowability, likability, and trust in what you're doing, which of course always supports the ask of selling. So your brand, there's a bigger discussion behind brand. I'm not getting into that today, but think about your own personal brand. Is it elevated? What are you doing? Why you want to elevate your brand as we get into the LinkedIn makeover here is two huge areas. One is prospects are judging you. People are making value statements about you, whether to get on a call or a Zoom with you, certainly to buy your product or service. And so you want to control that story. You want to have people, when they see you, when you're first getting in front of them, that you've got to wow them. And I use the example of 1 million coaches on LinkedIn. So I did a search last week on Sales Navigator. I was curious to work with a lot of executive coaches. And I said, okay, how many are there on LinkedIn? And so I just did, executive coaches. Over 1 million are on there. And, it just reaffirmed for me the point that competition is fierce. If you think you're the only one reaching out to CEOs, C-suite executives, owners, entrepreneurs, advisors, you're not. Just coaches alone, there's over 1 million. And And everyone wants to work with that level of a prospect. Whoever you're reaching out to, they're getting hit up all the time, which is why it's ever more important today to have your brand and stand out, be different. As my mom used to tell me and my three brothers, be the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. And so a huge reason why you need to be on the front end of reaching out, different, and elevate that brand. And as we get into the LinkedIn makeover, is make sure you got LinkedIn looking airtight. LinkedIn is scoring you. This is the other reason to optimize your profile and to utilize LinkedIn is you got to know how the game is played on LinkedIn. And so you've got to score. It's 1 to 100. It's called your social selling index. 1, you stink. 100, you're great. It's a big deal. LinkedIn did a study with the top marketing people off the platform, brought in 4 quadrants. It's not the score that makes you stand out on LinkedIn. It's the activities that lead to a higher score that make you stand out. And LinkedIn's looking at things like your personal brand, you're reaching out, are you using all the bells and whistles that they give you on the platform? If you're not, low score, they're making you irrelevant on the platform. Your content is not being shown to anybody. The algorithm's tied to it. And as a matter of fact, LinkedIn just had in their LinkedIn blog a mention of the algorithm and what it's looking like for 2023. You know, they're very secretive about that. Nobody really knows, but they give you little tidbits on what that algorithm's about, and it's looking at you and checking you out. Are you doing the right things? And so you know, huge reason. If you're going to be on LinkedIn, we all should be, great platform, got to play the game right, or don't bother. Don't be on it. So then how? So this is brand LinkedIn profile makeover. I'm going to share my screen, show LinkedIn. These are the things I'm going to cover. And for all of you that are on this webinar, you're going to get the recording of this. So I'll follow up with the recording. Give me a couple of days, but here's what I'm going to cover. And these things are very important. I'm going to walk through these, but I'll just comment on them now and we'll get into them. The banner is extremely important. Think of you driving down a freeway and there's billboards on the freeway. There's a lot of money and science that goes into the creation, development, and the thought behind those billboards on the freeway. Because what are they trying to do? Grab your attention. They have eye-popping colors, slogans, images on there. Always a call to action, you know, 800 number, whatever it is. But your LinkedIn banner is the same way. It's your billboard. It's one of the first things that people see when they go to your profile, and you can tell a story with your banner. And you want to tell a story. You can accomplish so much with that banner. And depending on what you're doing, your industry and all that, you customize it, but it's got to be eye-popping, calls to action, you know, really telling about who you are and what you do. And so banners are very important, and we'll get into that. Headline is what comes below the banner. Again, you can customize that, and you need to customize it. What people tend to do is they put their titles up there. You know, titles are down below. Nobody cares about your title. What they care about is put some things up there that describe how you help people. You know, it has to be less about you and more about them. So we're going to look at the headline, the about section of your profile. Important. People blow this all the time. It's a lot of I, me, me. It's not about you. A little bit it's about you in your about section, but it's really about the person you're helping. You know who you're helping. Put yourself in their shoes. What do they care about? What are the challenges, obstacles they're dealing with that you can help with? Mention those in your about section. I'll show you my about section, and even the way you construct the about section so it's pleasing to the eye is very important. Your image should go without saying. It doesn't. Your photo, very important. Have a nice photo, and don't have some crazy photo. You know, just do this the right way. And you don't have to go out and spend a ton of money on a professional photography. I mean, there's, you know, cell phone cameras today are insane, but, you know, editing, you know, software and all that is there. Just have a great image. Contact information. I get into this. I don't know why people don't put their contact information, especially if you're trying to get clients, all over LinkedIn. Why would you make it difficult to have somebody get a hold of you? I want the whole world to know how to contact me. And I'll show you where that shows up, and we'll talk about why you want to have that up there and how you can put it up there so it's not intrusive like for your cell phone, for example. I'll show you some things to do there. Services section, huge. LinkedIn just updated this not too long ago. Massive, awesome, great section. I'll show you that. Media, got to have media up on your media, featured media section. I'll show you what that looks like and how to easily get it up there. Hyperlink, one of the newer tools LinkedIn gave us is a hyperlink on the top of your profile that goes somewhere. And this is very cool and very effective. Cover story. This is the video snippet around your image that you can record on your cell phone, not on the desktop, on the cell phone. Cover story, and very, very cool. And I have it. You can only see mine if you also have cover story. If you don't have it and you haven't done it, you can't see mine. So it's a cover story to cover story match is the way you see it, but it's powerful and done right. It's great. Name pronunciation. A lot of people don't even know they have this feature. It's another tool. Get it on there. I'll show you what that is. Creator mode, turn that on. Turn on creator mode. LinkedIn, major focus on creator mode. I'll show you how to do that. And that just means a lot to have that turned on. And then company page. I just got a question about this and how to do the company page and how to get the logo into, let's say you have a practice, you're not Coca-Cola, there's no logo on LinkedIn. I'll show you how to do that and get it over. So, all right, I'm going to stop sharing this and let's go to my LinkedIn profile, dive right in. Okay, so here it is. And my good friend Charles posting a video. All right, let me go to my view profile. So you're going to go up here, right? We all know this. Go to view profile. Now, just quick hit while I'm here. You can also view all your posts and activity. Just go right there. But here, let's go view profile. Let's talk about this. Okay. So here's my profile. Now, let's start with the banner. Okay. So, banner, your billboard. And for me, what I want to accomplish for my scenario is just let people know right away, what I'm doing. And, for me, the folks I work with, a big hole in them growing out their practice is they don't have identifiable and repeatable process. They don't have processes to grow and nurture. That is a big thing for the people that I work with and I help. They're all over the map. They got, it's bubblegum and toothpicks and it's not organized. They've tried things. They started, they stopped. And what I've, figured out a long time ago for myself and what I teach is you got to process the growth and nurture your business. And there's incredible tools. So for my people I work with, this is an important thing to get across. And I've got my my website up there. So I can easily get to that. And, my tagline, business growth coach, and, my photos. And so, and I've, it just, for me, it's plain, simple, boom, here. I got colors, the blues and the reds and the things that, yellows that pop for me, the star and all that. So that is my, my strategy there. And also you can see that, my photo pops here. Now, I've been asked a million times, how do you get the ring around your photo? So you go edit that, you create that. Canva is the platform that we use here. We're experts on Canva, but we create a lot of pieces there. But you create that. If you have cover story, you'd see that I've got a video around my thing and it would watch, and there's an animated GIF there. So this is awesome. And then, more comment about the banner. So for example, I've got clients where, in another business I'm building out, where we're speakers, right? We're top speakers across the country. I work with a lot of coaches, and they're doing speaking or they're up in facilitating groups. Having photos up here of you speaking, take a snapshot, get a photo, put it up here as a background, tells a huge story without you even having to say anything. People see it, immediately they recognize this person speaks in front of an audience. That's great. They must be in high demand. They must be, polished, articulate. So many things come out of just an image like that. So banner is huge in getting that up there. All right, let's keep walking through this. Now, here, right here, is where you've got the name pronunciation. So again, it's a tool that LinkedIn gives you, and enhance your profile with it. And what this is the reason they did it is for names that are hard to pronounce. Now Alfred Hitchcock is, I'm named after Alfred Hitchcock, no relation. But so my name's not that hard to pronounce, but you use this as an opportunity. So if you go and listen to mine, is what you'll hear is it's a greeting. Hey, welcome to my site. Love to learn more about you, that sort of thing. I think they give you around, I think it's 20 seconds to leave a message, maybe 10, but you do that on your mobile phone. Download the LinkedIn app, got to have it on your mobile phone, and you record that. And it's just a great tool. And this shows up right there. And again, just stand out. I mean, it's maybe doesn't seem like a big deal, but I want to do everything I can to help myself. So this is important. Now, your headline here is critically important, because as you're reaching out to people, as you know, they'll see a snippet of your headline. And so I tend to reach out to a lot of owners, founders, people that are running their own practice, their business. And so I put, this here because now it's founder to founder, and I'm a founder. And so it's just like, okay, all right, we're playing the same sandbox here. And, it's just something that I add there to help me as I'm reaching out. And I immediately go into something that I do that helps people, hacking the confusion expense away from growing your business. And this is a deal. People are confused today. There's so many tools out there. There's so much noise. What do you do? And, people are getting charged a lot of money to do things. As I see, it's outrageous what people are paying for certain things. And so, I just upfront, hey, I'm focused on this. And then I have my call to action. I'll Zoom screen share and show you. Text me. And I got my text number up here. Now, this is not my personal cell phone. Okay. So what you can do is, I have a texting app that I use for this. So you don't have to go and get that. That's a paid thing I use because I don't want to give out my personal cell phone to everybody here. But what you can do, and I'm going to show you the contact information, is well, I'll click on this in a minute, but you have a Google number. They're free. They're great. People can text you. People can call you. My cell phone for business is a Google number. It rings me everywhere. So when people call it, it rings everywhere. And I answer it. And it's a great tool to use. Give it out as your cell phone and incorporate it, integrate that. So before I go to contact information, so subject line, think about your own subject line. Don't put your titles up here. Don't want to do that. Boring. Nobody cares. And so think of what you can do in the call to action up here. Now, I mentioned contact information. Put it all up there. Why would you not? And, cell phone. So this is my Google number, right? People can text and call this. No problem. I always know it's a business call. Keep my cell phone for family and friends. And, you have it all up here. Website, email, make it easy for people to contact you. So that's just a little thing that I have a bias towards. Okay. Now, moving on here, you see this free LinkedIn cheat sheet. So this is where you can add your a call to action. And if you click on mine, I think you can see this still on Zoom. I have a sort of a information tree here, and I have things that I want to get across. So I just created this little landing site, but you can have anything. This can go to your website. This can go to, a calendar, to book something, just be creative. Maybe you have a book, an ebook you're giving away or something. And I've got this, and this is fairly new. And you do that by editing. Go to your edit section. You can add it in up here. When you edit up here, up in this area. So that is a very, very cool feature to check out. Okay, now moving along here, I want to go to the services section. This is very important, and this is fairly new, the way they ramp this up. And you edit it over here, but let's check this out. So this is where you go, and this is what pops up. And so here, you've got your about section for the services section. So you can, type this in. This is different from your about section in the main profile, which I'll show you in a minute. But you have that, and then you pick the services. So LinkedIn's got a pre-populated list of things you can pick, type in there, and you pull these things up. And now what you can do, and this is brand new, is you add media to this service section so people can see, things, and you can add, images. I obviously have some videos here that people can check out, and then you get people to review you. And so this used to be in the main profile, that whole section over there. Now you can bring this in here, and then you can invite people to review you. And so you just go through here, and your reviews show up here. Very, very powerful. People will check this out. I mean, if they're serious about you and they're browsing you and they're talking, they're going to look at things like this. And so this is a great area to really get in there and enhance that. Okay. Go back here. It's moving along. Okay, this is your resources section, and this is where you want to make sure creator mode is turned on. So you show your resources here. This is where you turn on creator mode, and LinkedIn will recognize this and start getting you. You're just going to get amplified more, and they're going to show more content and get you access to creator tools like LinkedIn Live, LinkedIn events. If you're not doing those, they just rolled out LinkedIn audio. Going insane thinking about that. I'm testing that feature right now. People can raise their hand and you can have people talking and collaborating on there. Incredible. But so make sure your creator mode is turned on. You want to be in creator mode. Okay, now here is featured media. Okay, so you want to have featured media up here on things that you want to see. Now, one of the groups I work with is Vistage Chairs. And so, this is an interview I did with Tim Gray, a great guy, regional guy. I have this up here. And as Vistage Chairs, the strategy is they're paging through, checking me out. They're going to see this and see I'm legit doing great things. And they know Tim Gray. So, strategy, and it's authenticity about stuff I'm doing. And you can add featured media by going up in this area and add it. But also, let me show you this, because they make it really easy. And this is a cool feature. So I'm going to go here, and let's go to my post and activity to show you this. I'll go to posts. And okay, so let's say I want to add this to my featured media section. I click on the three dots, feature on top of profile. Boom, click on it. LinkedIn will automatically move it to that featured section. And you can go edit it and move it around and as far as where it shows up there. But it's very easy to add it up there. So as you're doing great content and you're doing videos and all the things you should be doing for your content and marketing, this is how you get it up to your feature profile. I'm going to mention this because I'm here. This is a great thing to do. Is we all know, if you have a great piece of content that you want to share over and over, so you're having conversations, maybe you did an event, and you want to use it as a tool to enhance your interactions with people, save it right over here, because then when you save your content, not only will you be able to retrieve it easily and share it, but because it gets lost when it goes down the news feed. But you go my items over here, click on my items, and you want to see save posts, and there it is. And now you page down, and these are all the things you save, and you can unsave them. So anyways, just wanted to mention that. But that's how you get featured media up onto your site. Okay, so now let's go to the About section. I want to show you that. So this is the About section. And what's important here is making sure that it's not just about you, that you're guiding, teaching, and that it's pleasing to the eye. I mean, there's a lot of white spaces, bullet points, or however you're going to do that. It's not all just one crammed together summary. And, it's going to be a little about you. Tell a story on here. Tell a story. And here I talk about the challenges I had, which are similar to the people I work with, starting out, with just by myself and, having to build a business, and then go into how you're helping people and what you do. And then, calls to action at the end. And so I have these things down here. So this area, very important. Think about guiding, teaching, helping, and how you can really build your About section so it's in a similar vein. All right. The last thing I was going to mention here is getting the logo over. Actually, somebody asked me about this today. So what you've got to do is you obviously want to list your experience. And if you have a company like this, and you want to pull the logo in, you want to have this. You don't want to have this logo empty here. It doesn't look good. And so what you've got to do is first create a company page for your practice. Create it on LinkedIn, and then pull the logo into your company page and make that company page look great. And then when you go to add an experience on here, it'll ask you to search for the company and type in the name of your company. It'll now pull up, and you can pull the logo into your experience section. So that's how you get it over there. And a little bit of a technical thing that you got to do, but it really does work. Let me just make sure I've covered everything. Creator mode, hyperlink, media. Yeah. Okay. So I'll say this in the end is I'll send you this video, and I'm going to include the LinkedIn makeover site that I have. I have a landing page. So you'll have that as a refresher. And I have instructions on how to do all these things in detail, little short videos on how to get them done. So look at that, and call me if you have any questions, but make sure you elevate your profile. Think about it. You go into LinkedIn and get these things done. You're going to separate yourself from everybody else. Okay. And thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. I'll see you next time.